What's up YouTube? My name's Quickie, welcome back to the channel. Exhaust is all on and looking rather lovely. So today what I'm doing is I've got the new Dynojet main jets. So what I need to do is have the tank and the carbs and all that stuff off. We're going to get them fitted, shove it all back together again, and then hopefully fire it up and see how noisy the bugger is. I've got that DB test jobby thingy over there as well. Target's 99. Don't think it's going to do it, but you never know. We give it a go anyway, eh? I'm quite interested to see what this exhaust sounds like though. Right, I'm not having a very good morning so far. Have a very good night, not a very good morning. We rarely get to go out, rarely. But we got to go out last night, which was cool. Just like down the local pub and that, they had some singer on. She was very good actually. Let's just put this over there. And had a few sherbets, as you do. Got up this morning, I couldn't find my phone anywhere, and there's Sam downstairs shouting at me, "The toilet's blocked up, you need to sort something out." Guess where my phone was? I had to oik it out. It has been cleaned with pretty much everything I've got. I did have a little message coming up saying, moisture or debris in the USB charging port. So it's automatically been disabled until it's clean, and it will let me know when it's all clean again. So if anybody tries phoning me today and they're not getting an answer, it's not that I'm being rude and just ignoring you. It's that I really don't want to hold it up against my face and talk to anybody. Oh, it's horrible. Right, let's, I need to move the throttle cables over the clutch cable anyway. So these all got to come off. What size were you? Oh, you're one of them. Right, so we've booked in on the dyno for the 3rd of May. I want to say, yeah, 3rd of May. So, and hopefully that is going to be the last dyno session that we have to go for. Because we should be able to get everything set up and just running lovely, which is all good and peachy. And you know, yes, we have been spending quite a lot of time on the dyno, but it's just worth it just to get everything exactly as it needs to be. So time and money well spent, in my humble opinion. I've got these. What I'm going to do today is just to get the new jets in, the 110 jets in. I also want to raise the needles up a little bit. What size are you? Oh, you're one of them. But that, I reckon, is going to do it. It's certainly going to improve things. Without a shadow of a doubt, it's going to improve things. So that's the plan. But if we can get all that lot in and get it all sorted, then we can fire the bike up, see how noisy it is. I'm just going to do it out there. It is a little bit echoey because obviously you've got all the sheds and stuff in line, so there is a bit of noise bouncing about. But I would imagine it's a similar sort of story at the MSVA. I don't know how much noise we're going to have gotten rid of. We ain't going to know until we try it. The exhaust does look alright actually. Right, let me get these carbs off. Right, here's one of them. So what we're doing is I'll just drain the float bowls out, upended them, just having the float bowls off, just so I can get down to the jets. I'm getting quite a collection of jets in here now. But this is where all my Dynojet stuff is going. We've got some nice shiny new ones there. Here we go. These should be 110s. DJ 110, yes. So that is what is going in. So whilst I'm doing all this, I'm also going to take note of like where the air fuel mixture's set and all that other sort of stuff, because there's quite a few people interested in doing this to their own bikes. You know, setting it up with pod filters, but you know, obviously wanting it to run properly. Because with CV carbs, it's supposed to be like a real problem getting it to run properly. we have spent quite a lot of time on a dyno getting stuff sorted. You know, there's no point in just, yes, you can get it to run, yes, it runs up and revs quite cleanly and all that sort of stuff, but you don't know how good or bad anything is until you stick it on a dyno and you test it. So that is what we're doing. Right, that's jets all done. Float heights and stuff is set as per the manual. We're not monkeying about with any of that lot. But what I do want to do now is to raise the needles up just a little bit. So we're going to be going up 2 notches, I think, from what Crispy was saying. So that's what we're doing now. Well, that screw is buggered. I need to get another one. There's always one, isn't there? Those little impact drivers, really, really good for this sort of stuff. Really good. He's come out as well, peachy. There is a spring under here, so, you know, go easy when you take it off. So that should all just pop off. There's a spring there. He locates on that bit in there like that. So we can go to one side. And this whole diaphragm needle bit just slides out. One needle on the bottom. Right, so we squeeze them. So there's the retainer. And we should be able to pop the needle out and the washers and everything. Here we go. Awesome! Alright, so these 2 little washers, they go on top. I need to put them somewhere safe so I don't lose them. And then there's this little clip. So see the little clip there? He sits into some grooves, and basically I want to raise the needle up, basically 2 grooves from what Crispy was saying. So he is now going to be going in the very bottom one to raise the needle up a bit, and hopefully that is going to sort our fueling out. So I need to go through and do this on all of them. And pop that clip off. And I just know that this is going to ping off into the distance. I'm never going to see it again. I'll clip him on there. Come on. This is the bit where you ping off, isn't it? Or just go on. Right, we're in. So E is now on the bottom. Hopefully you can see from that. Yeah. Then we will stick the washers back on top. He can drop back in his hole like that. Shove the retaining clip back in. Which way do you go? Is it that way? Yes. So he goes in there. And the slide can go back in. Making sure the needle goes in his hole. He's all sat down, which is good. And the spring, the cover, and just button it all back up again. Right, so that's all 4 of them done. That is the only mods that I'm doing. Don't need to do anything else, that's fine. So we can shove these back on the bike, button everything up, put some filters on it and see how we go. Right, he's all together again. I've primed all the carbs and we're all good, you know, should be fine. I've got it on charge. I turned the Bluetooth on my phone and turned the bike on and it comes up saying low battery. That's not very good, I've not even used it. So I'm not sure if the battery's knackered or I've got some sort of parasitic drawer somewhere. I do need to check it out. But that's easy enough. We'll just, with everything turned up, we'll just meter it and see if there's a current drain on it. So that'll be fine. He's all on, he's all on. I'm just waiting for the battery to charge up a bit so I can take it out. Oh, I've got a jumper pack, I could do that. I could do that actually, couldn't I? I know I bought it for a reason. I've had a sweep up as well, just because where I've been cutting up bits of metal and you get all these little shards of splinters of metal and everything all over the floor. One of them going straight through the tyre, I could just see it now. Right, let's hook all that up. See if we can start the bugger and see how noisy it is. Right. Volts DC. 7.8 volts. That'll be why. I think we lost the tacho just because it's all under voltage basically. So either I've got a knackered battery or there's some sort of drain, you know, something is permanently turned on, which I can soon check. I'll just see if there's a parasitic draw or anything, but in the meanwhile we'll hook him up and hook him up, charge the battery. Started fine, started absolutely fine, put the jumper pack on it, you know, first touch of the button and off it went sort of thing. So that's all good. I just need to sort that out. Trouble is, without the tacho, I can't do my noise check because I need to know how many revs I'm pulling to know where to measure it. That'll be all right, be all right. We charge it up, then we'll have a go. I'm just doing little odds and sods really at the minute. Found somewhere for the horn to go. He's squirreled up there out of the way. Which one do you go? That way. I do need to make a nicer bracket for it because I'll just use the, well, it's just a bit of tin that comes with it. But it's on the horn already as a mounting point. I'll just make, like, you know, a nice alley one that picks up on both those holes. So it's in the middle because I don't really want it off to one side. And I can just earth it through its own mounting. So that's all good. Where are we with battery voltage? Come on, I want to start you up and see how noisy you are. There we go. You can go on there. $11. Well, it's better than it was. What I might do is fire it up and just make sure all the charging side of stuff is working. That might be an idea, eh? Well, let's give that a go. Sounds all right, doesn't it? Right, as far as it sounds all right. I just checked it when it's running. It was like, I can't remember how many volts it was, which is why I needed to use the jumper pack anyway, but I don't think it's charging. I don't really care about that because it's all got to come apart and get checked and stuff anyway. But you know, it could be a dodgy state or anything like that, but you know, at least we can do a noise check and see what's what. All that lot is coming apart anyway when the engine comes apart, so I can check it and meter it and blah 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 blah. But you know, it's just something else I've got to add to the list of things to get done. Right, let's get him off the bench, take him outside, and see how noisy it is with and without dB killers and all that sort of stuff. Right then. Right, so tick over. I don't know if you can hear me. Right, so on tick over, with the dB killer in it, on my new can, that's 84, 85 dB, something like that. Oh shit, I've lost the bloody revs again. What have I got there? You'll have to guess. Max. Oh, you cock. Right. This ain't gonna work, is it? I need the battery charged up. I need the battery charged up. Oh, bloody hell. Right, let's get you back inside then. Right then, I've got no idea how long this video is. I haven't got a clue. I think what I'm going to do is go home and piece it all together and see how long it is. And if I've got time that I can stick on the end sort of thing, then when I'm back in on Monday, he'll have a fully charged up battery. We can wheel him outside and we can see how noisy he is. And, you know, have the thing in and out and wrap it and blah, 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 blah. So that's probably what we're going to do. So, to find out how noisy it is, you're going to have to wait for a bit. That's all right, I'll be back. Right, I'm back. It's Monday. The battery's fully charged so we can see how noisy the bugger is. Right, let's get outside. Oh, that's the DB killer out of it. Where's my rag? There really isn't that much to it, but there's a few things we could try. So, that's the DB killer. Where's my rule? There we go. So, this whole bit gets inserted. That tube is, well, about 90 mil long. It's perforated and it's got this little plate thing in the end as well. So there's a few different things we can try. At the minute it's just out. We're just going to see what it's like without this, because it's probably going to sound better. And then we can shove this in as it is. We can shove it in as it is but without that end plate. And I can also wrap all this bit here up with exhaust wrap, you know, the exhaust wadding and whatnot. I mean, I don't know if you add up the surface area of all those holes, if that's going to equal or be greater than that bit, I don't really know. But we'll just measure it and see which one's the quietest one. Right. About half a metre, 45 degrees, currently reading 87. Over 5k. So that went to 51. I don't know, can you see that? Read it like max 96.2. 96.2, so he's under the 99. And that's without the DB killer in it. Let's do it again. That was 5k. And you're not on max. Max. I'm calling that done. I'm not even going to bother with the rest of it because there's no point. Get in. I'm happy with that. He sounds really good actually. Right, let's just turn my bike off. There's no point in cocking about with the thing, because if I shove that in, I know it's going to be even quieter. I'll take it with me, just in case his test meter thing that he's using isn't, you know, quite as lenient as mine, but we'll be all right. That'll be fine. Right then, let's get you pumped up again, I just want to do a quick leakage check, see if there's anything that's draining the battery whilst everything is off. Right, I know it's a different exhaust, you know, to the wish can and whatnot. They're both 300mm in length. There we go. And when we checked the wish can on this bike, all right, it didn't have pod filters and all that other stuff. You know, when we first got it up and running, he was coming in at 102. So, you know, that can is significantly quieter. Where's my multimeter? No. No. Oh, where you gone? Did I leave you out? Lost me multimeter. Where has he gone? Oh, there we go. So yeah, quite impressed with that. It's quite a difference. Quite a difference. Down from, what, 100 and... was it 105 or something? Down to 86.2, I'm happy with that. Well, hang on, we want amps, don't we? Where's amps? There we go. So yeah, I'm just doing a leakage check. I just want to see if anything's draining power from the battery. Everything is turned off, ignition's off, Bluetooth is off. It's basically totally dead. So if I've disconnected the battery lead, and I'm just going between the negative post and the lead itself. That's on 10 amp scale, it's not saying anything there, so we go down a scale. Nothing there. Nothing's draining any power out of the battery. Nope. So that's all fine. So we is looking at either a dodgy connector with the alternator, or the alternator is goosed, or the regulator rectifier. It's all part and parcel of the one unit on this as well. So, you know, there's obviously something going on there. I'm not too fussed about it at the minute. It will obviously get fixed, but I'll look into that and check it all when the engine comes apart for paint and blah-de-blah-de-blah. I think on these, and I need to have a look in the book of words, but I think on these you start it up, take it up to about 5k or something, and you see, you take a voltage measurement across the battery just to see what it's charging at basically, and if it's outside of a certain spec, then you've got to start looking at your alternator. On this one, the alternator regulator rectifier is all part and parcel of that. It's all one thing. You don't have a separate thing with the fins on it. It's all in there. So that'll be a job for another day. Just means that when we go for dyno, I've just got to make sure the battery is fully charged. It doesn't take, you know, much effort on a dyno at all, and it should run quite happily. It has up to this point. I'll probably take a jumper pack as well, just so when we start it, we can start it off a jumper pack, give it a little bit of a boost so we don't take as much out of the battery, and we'll just run it up and see what's what. We should probably only need 2 or 3 runs on a dyno, and the battery should last that. It's essentially, at the minute, just running total loss. So in days gone by when, you know, you really wanted to get the most out of your race bike, you'd machine all the magnets off and lighten up the firewheel and all that stuff. You wouldn't bother with alternators or anything. You would just fully charge a battery and stick it in. You would do your race on that and you stick another battery in it. We'll easily have enough for, you know, 2 or 3 dyno sessions. So anyway, that's where I'm leaving it on this one. It does sound mint. It does sound good, and I'm glad that it's like an open end instead of just a silly little end like that. It does look quite nice, it has to be said. It's quite a mellow sound, you would have heard it. It sounds nice when you're revving it up and that as well. It sort of gets to a certain point and then suddenly starts sounding angry. But when we stick this on the dyno, you're going to hear it for real. So that'll be a good day, 3rd of May. Anyway, that's where I'm leaving it for this one. Thank you ever so much for watching. I do hope you're well and staying safe. And we'll see you on the next one. Laters!